For our assignment, we decided to research life expectancy. It is a health indicator which refers to the number of years a person can expect to live for, normally shown by gender and country. It varies based on sex, age, race, and geographic location. Since life expectancy is essentially an indicator of mortality conditions, it is therefore a good indication of health conditions in a country.
We use the technique of linear regression to determine whether our hypothesis that a country's wealth are predictors of life expectancy, and found that these factors strongly correlated. In this graph, the data indicates that a higher GDP correlates with a higher life expectancy, with a strong correlation coefficient of 0.69. As is shown in the graph, generally countries with a greater GDP, industrialization and infrastructure have a longer life expectancy, while those with lesser GDP have a lower life expectancy.
Research concludes that basic drinking water supply, malnourishment, and access to basic sanitation services are the biggest factors affecting life expectancy. These three main factors share the overreaching theme of a failure of infrastructure development, which is common in LEDCs. This links to our hypotheses that the lower a country's GDP, the lower the life expectancy will be.
The graph shows a clear, strong positive correlation between life expectancy and access to drinking water services. This supports additional research from the World Health Organization, which shows water being essential for growth. Hence, any nation which struggles to provide basic water infrastructure will have a lower life expectancy. For example, the Central African Republic Spending Report shows a lack of investment into water infrastructure as compared to Saudi Arabia. However, Saudi Arabia can be considered an anomaly due to its vast oil wealth providing excess public funds.
Further research done showed a strong correlation between people who use basic sanitation and life expectancy. Sanitation is essential for health, as crowded defecation and poor hygiene can lead to increased disease. In the case of India, however, increased sanitation infrastructure may not necessarily increase public health or life expectancy due to cultural tradition, unlike its geographic neighbours such as Bangladesh.
Further research took gender into account as it concluded that women have a higher life expectancy than men. Other scholars have several views for why this is the case. This includes biological advantages that women can benefit from now given the progress in female life conditions, and social factors such as men engaging in more harmful behaviour, such as fighting and excessive smoking and drinking.
It can be concluded that no single factor can be identified as the main determinant of life expectancy. Instead, it would be an appropriate evaluation to conclude that life expectancy is influenced by a multitude of factors, as the additional research shows many other important variables which affect life expectancy. It is also important to note that there was a lack of data, so we worked with a limited number of countries. Additionally, the data may not be fully reliable, especially for the less developed countries.